It is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022, and from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I am Marshal Manlove from My Sports Reports and Delaware Sports, and this will be a special interview segment. We've been traveling around the country trying to meet amateur athletes who are doing all sorts of great things, all around the country in all different sports. It's the winter season, of course. And if we want to talk about sports in the winter season, a great place to do so is in the Midwest. We're going to go like as center of the continental United States as we can. I don't think it's any more center than Mound City, Missouri. And hopefully when I press this button, you're going to meet a couple special basketball players from the Mound City Panther High School team. When I hit this button, hopefully they will appear. Yeah, there they are. It works. It's always good when I hit that button, people actually show up like promised. All right. To the left of the screen there is senior Wil Young. Wave, say hello. Can you hear me, Will?
Hey,
Okay.
yes,
Scared
second.
me there for a second. And to your left, to my right, in the center is Tony Osburn. Wave, hello. Say,
Hello.
all right. All right, there we go. All right, so you guys are off to a great start this year for the Panthers. Who wants to tell us how we're doing so far, guys? Which one of you?
So far, we are 17 and 0. We are currently in the North Platte tournament with some bigger schools, so it's a good test for us. But we're off to exactly what we think we should be. So keep going.
Okay. So you are in Class 1, District 16. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sound right? How many
Yep.
how many districts are in your class? Do you know?
16. We're the last one. Yep.
Okay, but that doesn't mean like you're like ranked last or anything. There's just 16, right?
Yeah. No, it's just spread apart. It's kind of by like region and stuff. So
Gotcha. And how many classes are in Missouri?
6.
Oh, so you got a lot. So, just for perspective, in my home state in Delaware, there's only 3 counties, right? There's only like 50 schools that play varsity sports. So, we went for a long time with one division. Now we've broken it down to 3 for some reason. But so there's a lot of schools, and is Class 1 the comprised of the schools with most population or the least population?
Least class 1 is the smallest. Class 6 is the biggest.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
All right. So you guys have won. I was kind of looking at over your scores here so far. You've pretty much had an easy time of it, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 games so far. And you had a nice win last night against North Platte. I see. Talk about your game last night. How'd that go?
We came out and we knew we really needed to speed them up, because in games where you're maybe the higher seed or you're supposed to win, you don't want them to necessarily hang around, because that's when like upsets happen. So we just got to get out and push the pace, because we try to get up and pressure people, and most smaller schools can't really play that speed. So I think that was important for us. And then the rest of our games, we've had a couple close ones with bigger schools. Stanberry is Class 1, and they played us really well. And they'll be a team we have to beat to try to get into the Final Four. So I think just being able to beat teams like that early in the year really gives you a confidence boost.
Okay. Now, we've had some issues with some disease around the country. And here in Delaware, players have to compete wearing masks. How's it going for you out there with in Missouri?
Around here, we're not really like that strict about it. We don't have very many kids, so like if any close contacts, I mean, you have to leave school. But other than that, we don't have to wear masks or anything at school, so it's not too bad around here.
So let me ask you this. This isn't your sport, but I'll ask you, what are they doing with wrestling there? They have to wear masks while they wrestle?
I guess not.
They do here.
Yeah.
What the dumbest thing you've ever heard? It's probably the dumbest thing you've heard today. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So, Will, you're 6'3", I see, and a guard. This isn't your only sport, though. What other sports do you participate in?
I play football and I run track.
All right. And let's see. Looks like you, as a junior, all conference there.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And an all-state football player.
Yep.
So, what position do you play in football?
Safety.
What position do you play in football there, Will?
Corner.
Okay. And so you have that's how many people do they put in an all-state team? And the reason I ask that, because we don't just put, in Delaware, we don't just put 11 on offense, 11 on defense. They kind of put a whole bunch of people in there. How do they do it in Missouri?
I think it's just like that. So they have the first team and second team, and we play 8-man football. So
okay.
do they
I think they're like 16 each.
there might be like 16 on each.
Okay. You play 8-man?
Yep.
Interesting. Why?
Yeah. We're just got small schools, not a lot of players.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of interesting because participation in football is definitely down. We've had a couple high schools here in our state that couldn't field programs. That's prior to pandemic. So are they playing 8 because of the pandemic the last couple of years, or has it been that way for a while?
It's been that way for a while. Since my dad was in high school, he actually played 11-man here, but the year after he graduated, it switched to 8-man.
Okay. And you're a member of the National Honor Society, so that's cool.
Yep.
It means you're smart, right?
Yeah. Tony's
Okay.
the president.
And you like to hunt and fish, I hear.
Yes, I do.
So where do you go hunting and fishing around there in
I go coyote hunting a lot around my house, and then fish anywhere, basically, in Missouri.
Anywhere there's water, of course.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. All right. And on, so you placed in the state track meet as well last year.
Yes, I did. I ran 4 events, state track meet.
Oh, wow. Which 4?
I ran the open 400, 4x4, 4x8, and 4x2.
Wow. So how much do you weigh?
175.
Okay. So you're big for an 800-meter runner.
Yeah, it's not my favorite event.
It's a sprint for a half a mile, and that can't be anybody's favorite event.
It's not fun.
Right? It's not, if you're going to sprint, if you're going to sprint as fast as you possibly can, stick to like the 100 or something. Not for the half mile. That's horrible. So, Tony, how old are you?
I'm a senior.
And how old are you?
18.
And how tall are you?
6'3".
Are you 6'3" or 6'2"? Because your dad put 6'2" here.
6'3" with shoes on.
Okay.
That's what I tell everybody.
Okay. And basketball is definitely your thing. You're a 3-time All-State selection. I imagine it'll be 4. Don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but you're having a monster year here so far. And you recently surpassed a career milestone that very few high school players reach, and that was the 2,500-point career mark. Congratulations. Good for you.
Thank you.
And you are committed to play at the collegiate level. Where are you going to play, Tony?
The University of Nebraska, Omaha.
All right. And why there?
When I took my visit there, they did a lot of stuff I liked. They have a really good skill development. It's pretty close to my home, and I think a big thing is they haven't made the NCAA tournament. And I kind of wanted to be or something original and see how cool it'd be for the city of Omaha to make an NCAA tournament. So I just think it all kind of tied together, and it really felt like a family there.
All right, cool. So just for geographical perspective, for those who are listening or watching, don't know where Mound City is, you're about halfway between Omaha, Nebraska, and Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are currently averaging 34 points a game. That's a career high 51 points. And you've scored over 40 in 4 of your last 5 games. And what are you eating?
Oh, I mean, I just think it's a huge credit to my teammates. They find the ball, they give me the ball in the right spot. So a lot of credit of it to Will. He takes a lot of open shots that he needs to make, especially to be able to get me open so they can't like double team me and stuff because of him and other guys on our team. So I just got to give a huge shout out to them.
All right, who are some of the other players on the team you'd like to mention? Couldn't get everybody in here.
Brendan Tufts, senior, he averages close to 10 points a game, and he guards the other team's best player every game. He is an all-effort kind of guy. William Rother, we start 5 seniors, so William Rother's a senior. He's super long. He blocks a lot of shots. He's sometimes a little nervous to shoot the ball, but I mean he does huge things for us. William Heck, he's a senior. He's our point guard. He's more of a glue guy. He'll dive on the floor if you need him to. He's a super good passer, and he handles the ball well. And then Trevor Tubbs, Keaton Zimbles, Quentin Brandon, Chance Summers, Gavin Salisbury, those guys come in off the bench for us. They make huge plays. They come in and make big shots in the big moments we've needed so far this year. So, I mean, we could go 1 through 15 really if we needed to, but those are our main 10.
That's classy of you to do that the way you did, for sure. Now, let's see. You also participate in track, but a field event. What event do you?
Pole vault.
Why the pole vault, man? Why?
I won 7th grade.
Hang on 1 second. You're kind of breaking up a little. Hang on 1 second.
And then I really,
Hang on 1 second. You're breaking up just a little bit. Let me see. Might have lost your connection there. Did I lose you guys? Wait a second. You're on. Oh, you're all frozen on me there. Oh no. This is the first time this has happened to me. Yeah, I only see. All right. Well, we are talking with Wil Young and Tony Osburn from Mound City, Missouri, their basketball team. The picture is kind of frozen on me there. He was just talking about why he was doing the pole vault. I always want to know because the pole vault is like one of those crazy events. You know, it takes a certain amount of bravery to do that. Yeah, I still can't hear. You guys are still frozen on me, rats. This is just getting good. See if you guys can sign out and sign back in and see if you can reestablish the connection there. I don't even know if you can hear me here
I just try it one time.
at this point. All right, we'll see if we can get them back. So they are 17-0 so far in their district, Mound City High School, the Panthers. Tony's father, Ryan, is the coach. And let's see, they're going to check back in. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm glad you could reconnect here, and I don't know if it was your end or my end. Doesn't matter. All right, so I was asking you about the pole vault, Tony, and why you decided to pick the pole vault.
Yeah. One day in 7th grade, I kind of just tried it, and I mean, it's a lot of fun, but I try not to think about it because when you think about it, it kind of freaks you out a little. And I just think it was probably the easiest thing for me. Not very much running's involved. Will kind of gets on to me about him doing all the running and me just doing one field event. So it's just a lot of fun.
And you're also a smart guy too, National Honor Society, but you're the president. Now, is that like in the whole country?
No, it's just at our school. And I mean, to be honest, there was only me and another girl that went for it, so it wasn't too much. But I like to let everybody know in the school that I'm the president of the National Honor Society.
Sure, why not? So you had to campaign for it?
A little bit. It didn't take much. She kind of let me have it, I think, at the end eventually.
All right. And you're a PlayStation fan, I see?
I do play a little bit. Not as much as my dad probably tries to make it seem, though. He thinks I play a little more than I should.
Do you play basketball on PlayStation?
I do play a lot of NBA 2K on there, so it all ties in together.
Okay. Okay. Now, do either of you guys dunk?
Will's a little afraid of game sometimes. Warm-ups, he looks pretty good out there.
And if you were to change any rule in high school basketball right now, what would it be?
I think you should be able to dunk in warm-ups before the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a technical foul
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Yeah, I used to ref basketball. Yeah, that is one of the. That is you know what? That is a good recommendation. I could never understand that because you can actually like if you got hey if your dad ever makes you mad, this is what you do, right? You get your teammates together, right? And a couple of you just all dunk, like you get 3 dunks in warm up, and because the technicals go to him, and he would get kicked out of the game.
Exactly.
All right, I would suggest doing that like later in the season, though. Not right now.
Yeah,
There's
for sure.
still games left. All right, what else should I know about? All right, so let's do this. Tony, you're good at talking about the rest of your players. Tell me something interesting, funny, or important about Will there.
Trying to think. Something important about Will. Let's say he's a lot smarter than you want him to think, or he wants people to think. Like I think he's kind of borderline genius when it comes to like school stuff, but he won't act like it.
All right, Will. Same question for you. Talk about Tony a little bit.
Tony's good with people. He can talk a lot and get people to like him pretty good.
That's an important skill to be socially skilled like that, because establishing relationships of any kind is how people gain all sorts of success in life, right? There's no doubt about that. And that's kind of what we try to do here. We try to meet people, just say nice things, give people an opportunity to shine in some kind of positive way. And I am glad that we got to meet you guys here today. I know you're out of class, and I don't want to keep you from your next class. Or maybe if you want me to, I can keep on talking. That's fine too. All right, so let's just finish it out this way and talk about your coach. I know, Tony, your coach is your dad, and I don't know how awkward that is. It's probably more awkward for Will to talk about your coach because he is your dad and he's sitting right next to him. But the heck with it. Let's just make it awkward. Will, go ahead, talk about your coach. What he means to you. Like if he's ever said anything to you that's kind of like profound, that's sticking with you. What does he mean to you personally, as a team? Anything you want to mention?
He hasn't really said anything that's really sticking with me, but he's strict in the way you'd want a coach to be strict. Like if you do something wrong, he's gonna get on to you and get in your face and say something to you. But if you're doing something good, he's gonna tell you you're doing great, and he's gonna try to make you get better. But when you need to be told to do something right, he's gonna tell you, and I think that's good.
All right, Tony. So I don't know. So yeah, it's got to be awkward for Will to go through that. I did a nice job doing that, and it might be. I don't know who it's more awkward for, you or him. But let's go to you now.
I mean, he's been coaching all of us since we were in 3rd or 4th grade, so I think we've kind of built a relationship with him. But to the point where it is like he's picking you up if you're doing something well, but if you're down, he's gonna tell you what you need to do right. And I think it's just he wants everything full speed, 100%, and that's what he brings to practice. I mean, he is full speed, 100% every day. Sometimes he's a little over the top, and we're kind of just think he's insane. But I mean, he really. He knows what we want to do with this season, so he's giving us everything he's got.
All right. Well said. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us here on My Sports Reports. I appreciate that. And I'm going to sign off here in a minute, but hang out right there. Your mics will still be hot, so I'm going to come say goodbye to you off air, all right? And I'll let you know when that is. All right, so this is Wil Young and Tony Osburn from Mound City, Missouri. The Panthers currently 17-0 on their way to the state tournament. Probably no matter what happens here at this point, and we'll follow their success. Hopefully it's success, and that's what I like to do, meet people and follow their paths forward in life. All right, guys, wave goodbye to our number one fan, Joey V, who's always watching, and we always appreciate that. And I'll talk to you again here in a moment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good guys out there, Mound City, Missouri. All right, this particular broadcast, let's see if this is going to work for me. They're still there. Okay, let me put them there. I want them there. Hang on, because I want to just point out that this broadcast was brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, interesting, memorable show, find out more about it at marshalmanlove.com. You see all sorts of pictures, videos, my event calendar, frequently asked questions, etc., and hire me for any kind of party that you are having. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that'll wrap it up for this particular episode of My Sports Reports. I am Marshal Manlove, and now I'm gone. Have a great day.